Hi everyone. I'm sorry, I always forget to do that. This is my Glee cap for episode 9 Swan Song. I'm just gonna warn you that it is about 9:45 in the morning, and I've worked 3 nights in a row, and I'm probably running on I don't know 5 hours of sleep in 3 days. So this is probably gonna be pretty frenetic. So I literally just watched it. Like I said, I usually like to watch it a couple times before I do my Glee cap, but I had so many feelings right now about the episode. So I just thought I'd just start talking and see where it goes. So it will probably be long-winded, filled with tangents. Um, so let's just go talk about the episode, then we can talk about everything else after that. I really, really, really wanted to hate this episode. Let me just put it that way. I really wanted to hate it. Obviously, because of Bram, I really wanted to hate this episode, and I really, really wanted to hate it, and I find myself smiling because I feel like this was the best episode they've had this whole season. And that's even with the Bram interaction. Um yeah, wow, this is one of this episode is like, yes, this is Glee. Glee is back, right? Ugh. Oh God, there's so many things I have to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. Well, I don't really want to be well, no, I'm not going to be negative, okay? Because I know if you've been on Tumblr and on Twitter, they were trying to, boycott Glee for Equality was what we wanted to trend. I don't know if it trended. I work at night, so, and I don't really have good reception, or not reception, but cell service where I work in a hospital. So it's kind of shoddy. I couldn't really tell if it trended worldwide or not. I do know that we did get what is it? Britannia is something special to trend worldwide for like an hour, which is awesome. And I did tweet, you know, boycott Glee for Equality, and I did not watch it last night, obviously because I was at work. I just watched it right now. So I don't know if it had a major effect. And obviously the reason is that we just don't want to have this whole double standard nonsense. And the thing that makes me upset, and a lot of people upset, I guess, is that first of all they are directing hate directly at Cord Overstreet and Heather Morris, which is uncalled for because these are actors. They sign a contract. They are contracted to act and to say the script. So people were giving them issues of hate and hateful tweets and stuff like that. And like, because they're upset. And that's fine. Be upset, but don't be upset at the actors because they are just doing their jobs. Their job is to read the words on the page and say them, or sing them, or dance, whatever they're supposed to do. So that's number one. Number two, I genuinely like Sam. I really do. And I don't want to hate him, right? And obviously I love Brittany, and I love them having a friendship. It's the fact that they're getting together and the reason, like, they just, I can't look at them together. They look like they're brother and sister. I'm sorry, it looks incestual. I like them better as being friends. Why must everything turn into a love triangle? Why? Can't a guy and a girl be friends? Like that does exist. It does happen. Okay? And not just like Rachel and Kurt, where like Kurt is, gay and Rachel is straight and like what is the fucking term now? I can't even think, like a fag hag. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Like that's the only plausible friendship. It could only be between a gay man and a straight woman. It can't be with a bisexual girl and a straight guy. They can't just be friends without it turning into some kind of romantic shit. Okay. All of that aside, and the fact that Britannia obviously is now dead, or at least for now, it's dead, and that breaks my heart into so many little pieces I can't even talk about it. I have to say, honestly, that I thought their scenes were adorable. Okay? Sam was doing all his ridiculous, little impressions that Cora does really, really well in like a horrible well kind of way. And Brittany got like way more fucking dialogue, and she actually said something more than a one-liner for comic relief. Can you get like in the entire 4 years, when she had those kind of conversations, And yes, I'm upset. I'm upset in the fact that Bram basically got a romantic duet together. They got a kiss and they got dialogue all in this one episode. Yes, I'm fucking pissed about that. Okay, but I can't help the fact that I love Heather Morris and I love Britney, and she is bisexual, and that is not the problem. When you are bisexual, that means that I mean, I'm not bisexual, so forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, but that basically means that you have the capacity, to fall in love with men and women. It's not that you're like, you can't decide which way, like you can't decide if you want to be straight or you want to be gay. No. It means that you have that capacity to fall in love with either a man or a woman. You find both sexes attractive. It's not like you can't decide between the two. You generally just are open to both men and women. That's my understanding of bisexuality. That exactly explains how Britney is. Britney loves everyone. I would almost say she's pansexual. And like it's not that that's the other thing too. It's like there's so many different like things that are going on with this whole with what the writers have done. And so putting all of that aside, which is difficult enough in itself of it to do, and to just focus on the actual episode itself, I honestly thought their scenes together were adorable. Their duet was cute. The whole Cheerio, the fact that she actually ate them off the ground is kind of makes me pissed off because it's like it kind of harkens back to when Artie made her the magic comb that was in the garbage. Like, what the fuck? Britney's way better than that. But I mean, I thought it was cute, and I thought like the lines that she said, breaking the fourth wall, as everyone's calling it, were obviously directed at us, at the lesbian vloggers. And then when they're at the fucking lockers, couldn't they kiss anywhere else with the goddamn lockers? Like Sam basically goes and the lesbian vloggers and whatever. I don't even want to repeat the lines. It was so offensive. I can't even talk about it. But you know what? Their kiss was cute. I mean, it's not fucking on hot. It's not on fire. I think the kiss that they had when they played Spin the Bottle was had more chemistry. But I can't help but thinking they're kissing like a brother and sister. It just grosses me out. So that's all I'm going to say about Bram, honestly, because the rest of the episode I thought was stellar. I'm happy that New Directions lost. They did not deserve to win after that nonsense. I'm happy the Warblers won. And I'm glad that the purpose, I think, of this episode is called Swan Song, is to basically light a fire in everyone and to say, you know what, if this is it, go out kicking and screaming, you know. So I loved, Rachel finding herself again and being sassy and knowing that she's confident when she has her voice and that she dueled it out with Cassandra July and she realized, you know what? Yeah, so I can't dance like you, but I can definitely sing better than you. And like she blew me away. I did not know the songs they were going to sing this episode. But you know what? I'm really actually glad that they focused on Rachel and Kurt in this episode, obviously because they were lacking in the Thanksgiving episode. And it's been forever and a day since we've heard Rachel sing a solo. She had two in this one, and Kurt finally sang a solo. And like, you know, I just remember when they were all getting pissed off because Rachel kept getting solo every single week. And think about it. I can't remember last time I heard Rachel sing just by herself. Just that's it. And she killed it. Fucking Lea Michele. What a talent. Like seriously. And I mean, same thing with Chris Colfer. He killed that song. I don't even know where that's from, but that song was a beautiful song. And having Lea Michele sing my all-time favorite Christmas song, hymn. Oh God, I mean, she did amazing. So, God, I feel like I'm going through the broad strokes of this, and I'm talking really fast, so I do apologize. I don't know. I just liked this episode. Like, Tina actually got pissed and was like, like, come on, because you did a faceplant, Marley. That's why we're here. Like, yay, Tina, for having personality. And it was so weird to see her and Blaine in Cheerios outfits. More so Tina, because it's like, out of all the people you would think who would never be in a Cheerios uniform, it would be her. And you know why? It's because they keep slapping her in some kind of Asian stereotype, and so she's like, well, screw this. I want to be competitive. So I'm happy she got a line. I think it's hysterical that, what's his name? I know his real name, but I can't think of, Teen Jesus, whatever his name is, joined like a multi-religious paintballing. So like a Muslim, a Jew, and a Christian could paintball each other, then hug at the end of the day. Like, that was pretty funny. Artie joining the marching band is pretty funny because he's in a wheelchair. That's just funny. All of them were funny. Like the clubs ended up joining, and I'm glad, honestly, at the end too, that Vigil had to talk. And it's like, I don't know, I didn't think I would really care for them to be together, but I like that the fact that they're, you know what I mean? Like, that was so called for, that Rachel would call Finn and, like, encourage him, you know? I just feel like this basically resets everything now, okay? For what's gonna happen, I guess, for the rest of the season. And yay, Kurt got into Nyada. Yay, that's amazing. Um, I mean, I feel like the episode went by pretty fast, only because I already was built up because of what was gonna happen with Bram, and I already knew what was gonna happen. I didn't know exactly what they were gonna say, but it completely made me like I usually I watch stuff over and over. I can't even listen to that again. It was offensive. It was it was just horrible, and I don't understand why. I mean, this is obviously Ryan Murphy. Okay, I know this writer, whoever her name is, Stacey Traub. I don't know who she is, and she wrote this stuff, and I thought she did an awesome job. I thought she did a really great job. Actually, I don't recognize her writing any other episode before. Um, but the lines that she gave Brittany and Tam to say concerning Santana and Brittana were obviously from the horse's mouth, meaning Ryan Murphy, because Ryan Murphy's the one. Ryan gets the hateful tweets. I know that Brad Falchuk directed this episode, and that's this Stacey Trial person wrote the episode, but I feel like obviously she is talking, like Ryan is talking through her, giving those, because that's exactly what happens to him, because, you know, we're just tired of being treated like fourth class citizens in this fucking show, you know, and that's what basically what Brittany says. She goes, all the lesbians are, you know, happy that they see a powerful, pretty couple, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, yes, that is exactly why we love Brittana. Why are you throwing it back in our faces? Like, I don't understand how you could make that kind of an inflammatory comment. I can't even, I'm so mad, like, I'm not even breathing. Like, how you could make that kind of inflammatory comment towards a whole sector of your fan base. Why would you want to alienate your fan base like that? I don't understand. We love Brittana, you know, and obviously that means if we love Brittana, that means that we watch Glee, right? So this means that you keep making your money and you keep living the life that you want, and, you know, I just don't understand. If it's going to be surely on a money standpoint, it's not, because you're making it personal. And it's like, dude, like, why are I don't understand, like, what your motivation is. Like, I just don't get it, Ryan Murphy. You know, you preach that this is the gayest show on TV, right? But you end up breaking up your two, you know, gay couples. You break up Klaine and you break up Brittana, right? So I just don't understand what you're doing. I really don't. You know, and it makes me so upset that, you know, that we're just some joke to you. That the lesbian couple is a joke. You know, we don't, you know, they talking about like not even feeling the double. It's like there's a triple standard on the show, because there's the hetero couples, and it's not even all the hetero couples. Basically, if you're not Finn or Rachel, you don't get mentioned. Like, um Sam and Mercedes. Okay, so now they just never happened at all. Supposedly, we're supposed to realize that Sam never was in love with Mercedes, and Mercedes never loved Sam, because they just acted like they don't even know each other at all this whole season. And then Tina and Mike were sweet, but they were always in the background. We don't really know much about their relationship at all. So obviously, that means that if you're not Rachel or Finn, you don't get a real storyline as a couple. Even Quinn got screwed over how many times? I mean, what relationship did she ever have, really? Not even with Finn. I never really bought her with Finn anyway. Um, and then, you know, supposedly, you know, like, Klaine is, like, Ryan Murphy's baby, right? Like, that whole experience of coming out and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, I feel like he sees Kurt as himself as a, you know, as a teenager. And then he fucking broke up that couple too. And he made Blaine be the cheater. It's like, how out of character? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. So, but of course, they are the gold standard in the alternative relationships. So, I mean, and then you come to Britannia, and it's like, do they even exist, honestly? No. Like, I don't understand. It's such a debacle with what they did to break, what we did to get this relationship with Heather and Nia's help, and then he just goes and spits on it, and stomps on it, and runs it over, and shoots it to death, and, you know, it's just, I don't understand, your motivation? Like, do you get off Ryan Murphy on this? Like, you don't understand how much Britannia means to so many people. It is beyond the scope of a television show. You know, Britannia has saved lives, it has changed lives, it has changed my life, and it has changed the lives of so many people. And not just gay people, okay? Straight people, questioning people, just people in general. The whole world, okay? I'm not talking about sexuality, just people. People connect with their story because you even had Brittany saying in this episode, love is love. That is what it is. Britannia showed that love is love. So I don't understand how you could turn all of this around on us because we fell in love with the show, we fell in love with them, and now you're saying fuck you to the Britannia fandom. So you know what, Ryan Murphy, you can go fuck yourself. Um, I'm still gonna watch Glee because you know what? I'm loyal. Not to you, but you know what? This week's episode actually made me excited for next week's episode. Of course, because I saw like Terry's back and the best father on television is on there, Burt Hummel. You know, and it's the Christmas episode, and usually you do a pretty decent job. I don't know if Santana's gonna be in it. Doesn't look like it. Um, but you know what? I'm still gonna watch it. You know, I know I keep saying this, but I wish I knew how to quit you, Glee. This is like some kind of, you know, if you're gonna compare it to like in people terms, like this is definitely an emotionally abusive relationship. I keep coming at you with all these hopes and expectations that you'll change, but you keep slapping me back down like I'm a punching bag, and I keep coming back for more. I keep taking it, and you keep punching me back. So, you know, I wish I knew how to quit you. I just don't, at least not right now. And of course, everybody was thinking that this show will be canceled by the end of the season, but apparently you are on contract to have 5 seasons. So, with that knowledge at hand, I would like to see how the rest of it's going to play out, honestly. I mean, how much further can they have the seniors keep coming, the graduating seniors keep coming back and forth, and along with this new crop of graduates who will be graduating. Sam, Tina, Artie, basically whoever's left from the New Directions, the original New Directions. Um, yeah, so I guess we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen. I do have one little side note. I was kind of hoping against hope, um, that Quinn would be in the audience watching Rachel perform in the Winter Showcase because, like we all know, she does have that ticket, um, which she actually gave it to Rachel. It's the other way around. But, you know, I wish she was there to go watch her. Yale isn't that far from New York City. But anyway, I guess that means I'm just jumping. I mean, I'm always a Britannia shipper first, but, you know, can't help but to love Faye Barry as well. Anyway, so I honestly don't even know. I've been blathering on and on. Mostly it was a rant against Ryan Murphy. I apologize. That is not usually the purpose of these videos, but it is, I'm sure, well understood on whoever watches this. You know why I'm angry. But like I said, I will still watch Glee next week, the winter Christmas holiday episode, and we'll see what happens from there. I'm hoping that something happened, that the fandom did something, and that something will change. Um, but you know what? Glee actually made me happy this week because I think my expectations were so low. I didn't really. I was watching it expecting to cry, and like, you know what? I did cry, but it wasn't at the part that I thought I was gonna cry. I cried at the part when Rachel was singing and when Kurt was singing, and those were uplifting moments. And at the end when they're singing "Don't Dream It's Over," and I love that song by I think it's Crowded House, and the fake snow because I know they taped that in Santa Monica. Like it just, I mean, the whole thing of it, I just loved it, and it reminded me why I fell in love with Glee in the first place. Before, you know, Britannia ever even happened, just for the pure show, the songs, the singing, I just the group of misfits coming back together. Yes, this is why I fell in love with you, Glee. So here I am yet again, coming back to you with my heart taped back together after being broken yet again by you last week and even this week because of Britannia. I'll come back again next Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Peace out, homies. Have a good week. Take care. Bye.